And then
Yes.
now let's move to law and order. We have a problem in Washington state under Bob Ferguson's lack of leadership and proper management, the chief law enforcement officer of the state. Rape is up 51%. Property crime is up 73%. Murder's up 97%. We're number 3 in the nation for auto theft. We're number 1 in the nation for retail theft. We're 7th in the nation for the most dangerous state in the nation. Chop and Chaz, that is Bob Ferguson's legacy. So for folks out there who are on the fence and we're talking about Bob Ferguson, Dave Reichert, and Semi Bird, understand this. Once we win the primary, Bob Ferguson, Semi Bird, Bob Ferguson's record in and of itself
Oh,
is enough for anyone with common sense to understand this is not a person that you want to represent you as the chief executive officer of this government, because his piece of the government as attorney general, he failed miserably.
right.
And the statistics and the facts don't lie. And currently, he's under investigation to be sued approximately $42 million for improprieties of contract and acquisition. And WSU has been dragged into this. They were one of my last clients, and as you know, I worked for them, and I actually know acquisition, procurement, and contracts. The acquisition career management program fell under my division when I was a director at DOE. So I know, as your next governor, procurement, acquisition, and contracts, I will not find myself being sued. And in fact, we will improve how we do acquisition, procurement, and contracts, and we will save billions of dollars. Washington state spends billions of dollars every single year in procurement and contracts. Bob is right there in the middle of it. Jay Inslee is going to be right there in the middle of it once we get done with this audit, and so will a lot of others elected officials. I have no doubt of it. But we're going to improve the processes in Washington state.
Yeah.
And so when we talk about these different candidates, we need to think about what are they bringing to the table. And folks will say, well, Dave Reichert was a sheriff. Well, Semi Bird was a federal officer. We're going to compare law enforcement badges or qualifications. As governor, you're not going to be going out in the streets and arresting people. You need someone who has strategic level knowledge of law enforcement. And it's not arresting people in the street. It's going after those cartels. We have 3 cartels in Washington state. I'm the most qualified candidate running for governor to go after the cartels. My friends, I can take a laptop. I know the software. I know the methodology. I know the relationships. I know how to target cartels. I know how to target crime syndicates. I know how to go after those human traffickers and sex traffickers. I have done it. I am experienced at it. And so you want to talk about interdicting drug problems? I'm your guy. You want to talk about joint interagency task force to deal with the problem? I'm your guy. I'm qualified and experienced to do the job. But let's remember, we are a port state. China is a national security threat to Washington state. Not only should we prevent China from ever owning any land in Washington state, let alone our farmland, we will be bringing a bill, by the way, January 25, to reverse that. I will
Wow.
propose a bill
So
to
important.
proactively reverse all of China's ownership of any land in Washington state. They're going to have 120 days to sell it, fair market value, or we're taking it back. It's
Yeah.
a national security threat. But if we don't understand that the Asia Pacific is a trade partner, at the Asia Pacific that I have worked in for many, many years, China, who I understand as a national security threat, who I have worked, well, I will say developing intelligence and understanding the threat that they propose, I'm uniquely qualified to protect this state. I am a consultant on border security. I know what the heck I'm doing. So law enforcement, we're going to value, respect, and love our law enforcement officers, men and women who put on the badge. I will sign a resolution on day one, putting those words to paper, and then we're going to ensure that we honor and protect them so that they are not liable for doing their job. They should not fear going out to do their job. They will have the protection and the support of their governor in doing the job. And then we need to recruit. We have the lowest number of law enforcement officers of any state in the union. That is a shame. We need to fix it. I am certified in recruiting and retention. As a consultant, I have done this for many corporations, for many companies, and for many organizations. I know how to develop strategy for recruiting and retention. And we're going to start with universal reciprocity, a peace officer license. So if you come from Dallas or Florida, your license will be good in Washington State. And we're going to go out, recruit, and then we're going to bring bonuses to keep our people in place and then to recruit new people to serve in uniform.